KAIJU series program is going to be essential to the set 2 collections if you want to get at least up to 160 without having to lock in any sellable card, therefore making you a ton of stubs. The first thing you should do inside of this program is the moments. You are going to get yourself 24 program points once you complete all of these moments. The only advice I can give you inside of these moments is if you're ever struggling to hit and you're using zone, sometimes switching to directional can make things a whole lot easier. Another piece of advice is head out of Diamond Dynasty if you're doing moments. Instead, head into quick play, and inside of quick play you're gonna find other programs and then do all of the moments from here. Once these moments are completed, you have earned yourself 4 new KAIJU series unsellable cards. So I instantly want you to put them inside your squad, whichever squad you're either gonna grind online with or offline with in order to get these stat and PXP missions done. We're aiming for 30,000 subscribers before the start of June. Help us get there by hitting that red subscribe button, like button, notification bell, and checking out the description. Our next step is gonna be the KAIJU series Showdown. We have went ahead and calculated how many left-handed KAIJU series pitchers there are inside this game, and there are 7 and 5 right-handed pitchers. We know the final boss is gonna be Steven Strasburg, so we need to make sure that in our initial draft we balance out our lefties and righties. That way whenever we face a left-hander we are still at an advantage, and whenever we face a right-hander, which the final boss will be, we are at an advantage as well. A tip I'm going to give you all when it comes to these drafts is remember that clutch is a very important attribute this year, especially in Showdown. It can either make or break your team whenever you have runners in scoring position, and Showdown is one where you need to drive in those runners. So whenever you have a round where the hitters are pretty much evenly matched, look for the one with the highest clutch and then make your decision based off that. When it comes to live series players, always look for supercharged players, and if there are none, then look for the inside edge that benefits you the most. For perks, you are always looking for hero time. Hero time silver, gold, it does not matter. Hero time is the best perk available. Another great perk is down but not out. After that I have rally time, and then last but not least would be bunt cheese if that is your style of play. Before heading into any boss battle, you always want to make sure that you have the correct perks equipped, meaning if we had rally time as a perk and this was a tied game, we would want to go ahead and exchange rally time for another perk if we had another perk available. Also, always manage your squad and replace players and change the lineup to benefit you based on what you are facing, whether it's a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. This time around we're facing Corey Kluber, so we want left-handed hitters and power versus right to be at the top of the lineup. Showdown versus Kluber presents a situation we have already seen in the Team Affinity Showdowns. The runner on first base is usually your 8th hitter. Therefore, you want to put your fastest guy to hit 8th and then your best bunter or second best bunter to be the leadoff hitter in order to move him over to second base and get yourself out of a double play scenario. I want you to keep this in mind each and every single time you finish a boss battle and it's time to draft. Instead of drafting, you can actually back out and see who it is you're facing next. This can help you out tremendously because it lets you know whether the pitcher is a right-handed pitcher or left-handed pitcher, and it also lets you know the situation that you're in, so the perk can be easier to draft. For example, we're entering the game trailing by a run and we have to take the lead before recording 12 outs. We're facing Rich Gossage, who is a right-handed pitcher, so out of these 4 options, Harold Baines would be the best one since he has the best contact and power versus right. Since we are trailing by 1, rally time would also be a great perk to use here. I want you also to keep in mind that whenever you build your lineup, and let's say you put the best bunter first, keep in mind that if you're moving a runner into scoring position off of the bunt, then you want guys that have high clutch hitting afterwards. Therefore, it's a lot easier for you to go ahead and drive that run in. We just beat Rich Gossage, but I kid you not, the outfielders are moving like never before. I know that in Showdown, the outfielders play above their attributes in terms of how they field, but this guy, Harrison Bader, made a diving grab at the wall that I swear he would have jumped out of the stadium if this was real life instead of being inside of a video game. We're facing John Franco next, so that's why I didn't draft. I wanted to see what was the situation we were in and if the pitcher was a right-handed pitcher or a left-handed pitcher. Now that we know it's a left-handed pitcher and we're dominant with lefties, we're looking for a big right-handed bat. That big right-handed bat that's going to have tons of power and contact versus left is going to be Hunter Renfroe. Since the game is tied, we don't have a lot of gold perks still available to us, so we're just going to get green light and have it balance things out with the one that is down but not out, and replace rally time, because rally time no longer has any effect since the game is tied and we're never trailing. You might not be facing Mike Messina, but if you're inside this situation where you're trailing 2 runs with 10 outs and there's a runner on third, it's not going to be your number 8 hitter at third base. Instead, it's going to be your number 6 hitter, so make sure you put someone with speed over there. Doesn't have to necessarily be your fastest runner if your fastest runner is also one of your best hitters, but just someone that with a sac fly can be driven in. We're also getting around the time where diamond perks are going to start becoming available, and if you're able to get hero time, make sure you equip it with the silver one as well, because double hero time is going to give you double the exit velocity boost. If you were able to get hero time 3 times, then you're in some real good luck, because you're going to have triple the exit velocity boost, and if you're running with an all contact team, then the power is going to be amazing despite not having the attributes for it. We just defeated Warren Spahn, and it was no easy task, especially at the stadiums that we're playing at. Our next matchup is against Zach Britton, and we need to take the lead trailing 1 before recording 8 outs. My lineup currently, if you look at it, is really designed to hit well against right-handed pitchers in terms of the good cards that we have on the bench, not left-handed pitchers, and I'm not comfortable hitting off of Zach Britton in general. So I would rather skip Zach Britton and head to Steven Strasburg, and that is exactly what we're going to do here. Now, I had rally time, the diamond perk, available, so I went ahead and picked it up, and I replaced the silver hero time with the diamond rally time. Why did I do that, you might be asking? Well, inside of this final boss, we're gonna be down 7. We're not going to be down a simple 3-2 runs where I would prefer hero time with 20 outs. Down 7, I prefer having something that's going to last for a long time and has a much more significant boost than the silver tier level of hero time. Another thing I want to give you all advice on: whenever you are trailing or whenever you are facing the final showdown boss and there is a big deficit, I believe that it's if the CPU and your runs are within 5 of each other, the CPU lets you steal second base each and every single time you get a runner on first, and then lets you steal third whenever you got a runner on second base, because it's a blowout to them. So the fielders are not going to defend you and the catcher isn't going to throw. So whenever you hit a single, take 2 pitches, and within those 2 takes, you're going to steal second base, and you're also going to steal third base, so you can always have a runner in scoring position. And then whenever you see that they start guarding the bag and looking to throw you out, that means that they are no longer going to allow you to steal the bag, so you might as well become a hitter. This is not an easy task, but it's a lot easier for me with the lineup I have than going in and facing Zach Britton and facing a sinker on outlier, even if it is veteran difficulty, versus the CPU and the CPU defense. 8 outs can be easily taken away. Once done with the KAIJU Showdown, you are going to be at 34 out of 100 program points, and that is going to also give you an additional diamond. So make sure you add them to your squad. But before even doing this conquest map, I would highly suggest that you go ahead and knock out all of the moments for Tops Now, as well as all of the moments for Team Affinity. Therefore, you will have a ton of Team Affinity players to also go ahead and knock out PXP and Stat Missions 4 to make everything a whole lot easier for you. Completing the conquest map is going to give you 15 program points, getting you all the way up to 49 program points. And with the parallel XP as well as stat missions that you're going to be completing inside of the conquest map, it could be plentiful more. I forgot to mention this, but yes, we will have a conquest guide, but that's going to be on a separate video, so stay tuned because it's coming up next. When it comes to the missions that you will have left, you will have 3 options inside of offline game modes to grind it out. It's either going to be through mini seasons. Team Affinity Season 2 is the ideal one to grind right now because of the voucher for every 5 wins. The conquest maps, Team Affinity conquest maps, or any repeatable conquest maps. And last but not least, play versus CPU. It can be the most time efficient, but it isn't the most efficient in terms of rewards and working on multiple things at once. When it comes to online, you really only have 2 options. It's either going to be through ranked or events. If you did end up enjoying today's content, please make sure to go ahead and hit that like button, red subscribe button, aiming for 30,000 subscribers before the start of June. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Check out the description for the Twitch, Discord, social media links, and how to become a member. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out.